Hey everybody, welcome back. I am going to talk to you a little bit. This seems to be really, well, I don't know if it's really popular, but I've gotten like wrapped up into it lately. Okay, so I want to talk to you about this is my billing journal, and I've showed you guys journal, my billing planner, and I've showed you guys this before. I haven't showed you inside, but I've showed you what it looks like. I actually took out some papers because it has information on it. But anyway, I have told you about my planners, and my channel is, it seems to be a whatever channel lately. I get involved with something or something appeals to me, I want to do a video about it. And I can do that because I'm not strapped into one genre. So with this channel, if I want to talk about planning, I'll talk about planning. If I want to talk about crafting, I'll do crafting. Or if I want to do October Daily, which is kind of scrapbook, planner, to me it's scrapbook and planner related. If I want to do that stuff, I'll do that stuff. Well, I am 50 plus years old. I've been around a while, so I should know how a lot of this stuff works. And I think I've been doing pretty good. Yes and no. I've started I'm kind of, my thoughts are all over the place. I apologize. So I'm trying to be more organized in life, I guess. And so there's different aspects of your life. Now, the crafting and all that is my fun stuff. This is more serious kind of stuff, and you have to pay attention to it. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble, which we were not too long ago. Okay. We moved here in 2001, fall of 2001, after I graduated college. I don't know if you, I don't think I did a video about me, which I'm going to do. Anyway, we moved here, and my husband at the time was, his job was, we were self-employed. He was a real estate appraiser. Really good money, a lot. We did really well. We had $1 million home. Actually, it was more than that. It was worth more than that. We built that home. We had another house built when we moved here. And then after we were here a couple of years, I think we built our nice house, which I do not live in anymore, obviously, because it's not, it's more cramped. So anyway, we got into a little bit of debt, and we needed to, it was getting really overwhelming. Thank goodness for his parents and everything else to help us, where to go, what to do, that kind of stuff. So we were able to get our credit cards paid off. And they didn't have high, well, for us, it was high, but we didn't have like $5,000 limits and stuff like that. We didn't have that. We had a bunch of them that we needed to get paid off, and some medical debt we had to get paid off. All this stuff we had to get paid off to be able to refinance our house. Our house payment was $1,400, and that included our insurance, home insurance stuff. That's a lot of money, and and when he was appraising, we could do that. It wasn't a big deal. Well, when the economy tanked, and the rules changed, everything changed, and everything made it difficult for him. So he went and got a job. He could not do his job anymore. So that made us get into a little bit of problem. So we did manage to get all that credit card debt paid off, medical stuff paid off. So pretty much debt free right now. We have our mortgage, we have our, we refinance, so our mortgage is less than half of what we were paying. And so it took time to take care of all that stuff. So now, when this crud happened in the States last year through 2020 and now, in 2019, I decided to get a job. Ariel's in school. I had started my other channel and my hobby, my reborn dolls, and I didn't want to take out of personal money. So I said, I'll get a job, and so I can take some of that money and put it into that, and and we'll do that route because we were able to take care of the bills and all that stuff. Well, excuse me, the C word happened. I quit my job because Ariel was home. My husband is home. He cannot work in the office and still be able to help her with school. So I quit my job and stayed home to help with her and everything. He makes the money. So I was the one to have to give up, and I'm the one that does all the running around and do. I'm actually really surprised I have not gotten sick. I mean, I've gotten a cold and stuff like that, but I have not gotten that crud. Thank goodness. And so if I have to go out, I'll go out. I wear, and that's good, So anyways, I've been watching these budgeting places for a while. Now we're down to one income provider, my husband. I'll sell a doll here and there, but I try to, excuse me, I try to use a little bit of that money to get another kit so I can paint it and sell it. So I have several babies up on eBay right now. I have a couple on another website that I have listed. I have several that are still, I think I have 10 that are for sale. In the economy right now, people are holding on to their money for whatever reason. It's getting to the holidays and stuff, and I sold a couple during the summer, and I just sold another. It's here and there, but it's not something I can guarantee that something's going to happen. So with that said, budgeting stuff, I mean, it's just all of us, and the bills I thought were minimal. So this is the reason for this video. Sorry, long 7 minutes of explaining, but I want to do this budgeting thing, and I've been watching people, and I went and bought a notebook at Dollar Tree. And it's just a little one. I probably should have got a big one after doing some of this. So anyway, on the back side, I've been listing some of the ones that I watched. I watch more than this, but these are the ones that I keep going back to watch for information and stuff. And I'm going to list them for you so you can go check them out. Jordan Budgets. She's a young single mom, couple kids, and I started watching her because she had a video, How to Budget Monthly for Beginners. It's a good video. So I started there. Then I started watching some of her other videos. And then the other lady is Beautifully Me and You. And her video I started watching was Start Your Budget. Same kind of thing, how to get going and that kind of thing, how to do stuff. And then Budget with Bree, it's how to make these cash envelopes. I didn't want to buy, I'm on this kick where use up what you have, don't buy nothing. So I did buy this, it was $1. But they have these booklets, or you can buy them. Several of these ladies on here have Etsy stores that you can buy their stuff from. And I'm like, I don't want to buy anything right now. I want to see what I can make. I'm crafty, I can do it. So she had how to make cash envelopes without a laminator. Now I have a laminator and I have laminating sheets, but I don't want to be using those. It adds up, I don't want to be doing that. So she did it without a laminator. She used some scrap paper and some packing tape. I'm like, perfect. So, and then I've started watching The Mom Life. She's so funny, guys. She actually subscribed, so if you're watching, thank you. And she's a lot of fun, and she likes to talk. I like to talk. I ramble all the time. But she has a bunch of she does different saving challenges, and she has a bunch of stuff on her channel that she does, kind of like, it's The Mom Life. So it's about life, you know. So, but she has a lot of budgeting and stuff like that on there. And then I do watch Shay Budgets, and there's probably a ton more that I watch. So I've been watching these gals, and I'm like, well, and what they do makes sense, and it's like I don't know if I can do it, you know, because everything is in the bank. You know, his paycheck gets in the bank, and I have some stuff that automatically comes out, and then other things I write checks for, or I go on and pay online for, you know. I don't physically go there and give them. So I'm like, how's this going to work? You know, because they talk about these cash envelopes and stuff. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm trying to watch the beginning part of it to try to understand how it works. So the first thing that you have to do is write down, I'll show you what I started out with. This is just stuff, how-to paper. So I started out with a piece of crap paper, you know. I don't throw paper away. I have a big pile of it, and we use it for scrap paper. So I was watching, I think it was Jordan's Budgets. I'm pretty sure it was hers, but they all do this. They just do it in different ways. So you have to know your income. I'm like, okay, I do. I wrote it down here. Your monthly expenses, you got to write down everything. So it's been a bit, guys. It's been a bit. See, I have everything inside here, and I'll show you. And see, this used to be my yearly calendar for Ariel. Like last year's stuff is still in here. And it was getting bulky. And I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I need a different planner for her. That's why I started my year planner. So that stuff's not in here anymore. This is just billing now. So I made this little thing so I know what month I'm on. October. Now I go through here, and this is A5 size, and I bought these inserts. I bought a bunch of them, and if I can remember where I bought them, I have enough for the next couple of years, I think. But they're front and back. You know, they're front and back. And I think for what I want to do with the budget thing, I need month, and I could probably still do this. Just take, because they come, you know, they come 2 pages, month on 2 pages, you know. And so I can just take out 12 of these to set up this new planner that I'm going to do. I don't know yet. See, and I don't want to buy anything, so if I can get it to work, this is a 6-ring binder. This is a Webster's Pages, I think, planner. Yes, Webster Pages, which I do love. I love their planners. I think my Christmas ones, I have this one, I have a yellow one, big yellow one. Anyway, they're ring. Now my yearly planner is discs, and it's a lot easier. You can rip them out, you can do all that. And I can make this into that with no problem. So I'm thinking I don't know, because I want it in one area, and I would actually, okay, back up, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, we have 2 businesses that are, that we run ourselves. My husband is a gunsmith, so he does gun repairs. He builds guns and all of that. So he takes care of his expenses and all that out of that checking account. And I wasn't going to get involved with that. And then that's totally separate. And I think on my thing here, my billing, because the billing I write down for everything. So I don't keep those separate. So if I have to pay my domain name for Tiny Toes, and I need to know I need to do that in August, it's going to be written in August, because I have to plan for that. So I'm not sure I'm going to have to either take that money, because I have a bank account for that, to put that money over there. And have a different little calendar or whatever, or mention, like this has a little sidebar here. It's like, okay, this is August. Tiny Toes domain name registration has to come out to remind me to go do that, because I'm not in that checkbook all the time. I'm not in there all the time. There's very few expenses or whatnot with that or whatever. So I'm not quite sure how to handle those kind of things, you know. I'm not sure. That's something I'm going to have to figure out. So anyway, main stuff, like I go through this every month. I haven't done December's yet. I just wrote in the dates. So November's I haven't filled out yet, but this is pretty much exactly the same. I just move it over. So the same, you know, his paycheck, he gets paid bi-weekly. So he gets paid every other week, pretty much. So he gets paid the first, it's every 2 weeks, so I can't count. It's going to be the first Monday every month. I don't know. Is that true? No, it's not true. So he gets paid bi-weekly, so it goes, so I have, like, he just got paid on Monday. He'll get paid again on the 18th, and then he'll get paid November 1st, and then the 15th, and then the 19th. He gets 3 paychecks next month, which is nice, in time for Christmas. And so I can't say, okay, every 4th of the month he gets paid. It's not like that, which sucks, because I have to go through and figure out what day it's going to be, you know, and I have to plan on paying stuff when he gets paid. So I don't pay, like my cell phone is divvied up into 2 payments. So this first check and the second check. Although it's due at the end of the month, I split the payments up. So I'm not quite sure how to, I mean, for the start, I have it listed and I've done pretty good when things come out, but to put it in their budget, how they figuring stuff out, I'm not quite sure. I get the idea. So right now, until I can figure this out, I wrote down so I wrote everything down here. I got some scribbles, but there's a lot more. So what I did yesterday, last night, all right, I got 3 different pages. So monthly expenses, I've kind of written out, and see, it's a mess. I have to redo it because it does not all fit on one page. So that's why I'm thinking I probably should have got a bigger notebook to do this. I wrote the income up here. I wrote how much the bills are over here, what account that I pay them out of, and I circled it if it automatically gets taken out. So, and the P is for personal account, W is my other personal account, and then I have, see, none of the business stuff is out of here. So, I've written it out. It's not very neat, and there's a lot. Like I said, we got history, you know, yet we're not a young couple just starting out. And I'm trying to look at this, it's like, okay, what can I get rid of? What can I get rid of, you know, to save money? Well, we've already downsized stuff. We got rid of our dish, because out here we have Dish or DirecTV Dish, you know. We got rid of that a couple years ago. So most of the TVs now have apps or whatever you can get to watch TV. So with that, we have Netflix, because there's shows on there that we like. Hulu has shows on there that he likes to watch. And then we have Disney Plus for her. So 3 of those. And regardless, they're not very much. Well, DirecTV is. We have DirecTV app instead of getting the dish. And I don't know if it would be cheaper to get the dish, because they went up in price again, which sucks, because I started out paying like $40-something, and now we're up to $69 every month I pay. But I can see on that app, I can get all of my channels. I can watch Fox, I can watch Cartoon Network, everything is on there. That, so instead of Dish, we're paying that, and that's a lot. So I don't know if I can change. I think it's at as low as I can get it with that. So, I mean, if we didn't watch TV and didn't care about the news or anything like that, then I'd probably get rid of it. But we do, so I have that. We have our mortgage, we have the electric bill, we have internet. Now, I don't have cable internet, I have Frontier. So for internet, I just got a box. I don't have a landline, I just have a box, a router. And then the car insurance I pay every month. Then we got heat, because we got natural gas here. So that's separate from the electric. So I have to pay that. And then I got that, my savings account, there's $25 for the account that I have at my bank. They automatically, they changed it in the last year or whatever, that they take $25 out and put it in the savings account. And then I can retake it back out if I want, whatever. Well, I've decided the last couple months just to leave it in there. And because I got to start saving for these other things I'm going to show you. So $25 comes out every month. Then we have a loan for his car that will be paid off in December. But they take out money twice a month. And it's $305 or something like that total. So that's going to be paid off. But they take out twice a month, you know. And then we have another little loan thing that when we got our bed. And so that won't be paid off until next July, I think. I think it's July 2022. So I'm writing down when things, you know, I wrote down that. And then we have Amazon Prime for shipping, which he has to buy parts and stuff. So it was more economical to get Prime. But I don't pay very much for that. I only paid $13 for that. That's not very much. And I don't want to get rid of it. But this Amazon subscription stuff, we've got dog bones and 3 of the vitamins that we have. And we just started that because every store that we went to didn't have them in stock. And I want, you know, we're getting to the age we need to take our vitamins every day. You don't have to, but, you know. So we decided if get them here, we'll just sign up for it. Well, it's kind of expensive, but they cost the same thing if I go to the drugstore and buy them. So this way they get delivered to us. My tube buddy that helps me with my keywords at the back end of this YouTube stuff. So that helps me with my keywords and stuff like that. And that's only $5 a month. So, and I have it for this channel and I have it for my other channel. So that can get placed in that other account. Then we have my cell phone. Well, our cell phones, we've got my phone, we got his phone, and we got Ariel's phone. And we just all had to get new phones because hers broke, mine broke. I got her one. I'm like, okay, the bill's just going to go up a little bit. And then 2 or 3 days later, mine broke. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? We just got them paid off. So now we're back up to a $300 cell phone bill. And we've tried to get it to come down. And I've got it as far as I can go. So I have to pay $150 every check. So twice a month, I'm paying $150 for our cell phones. If I can pay it off, that would be good, but, you know, it is what it is. And her Disney Plus, and then when all this stuff happened last year, the government, he works for the government. So they did, the last administration foregoed the payment. They quit taking something out of your check every month. I can't remember which one it was. Well, anyway, they stopped it for a while, so you got more money in your check. Well, When the new agency came in, that all stopped. So we had to, we have to pay it back because it stopped. So now you have to pay it back. You know, it's kind of like putting your payment on the back end of your loan. You know, you're still paying it. So it's like that. So I pay on that every paycheck. And he's almost done. It's like 100 and he's got $130 left on that. So it's not very much left. And then we do, after learning our experience about credit card debt, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. But with that is responsibility. So we had to bring our credit up. We had to hit Jeff's credit up so we could get better rates and all that stuff. And he's the one that's working. This is where we got to go. So we paid off all the other credit cards. Done. Gone. And then we started out with one, and it brought his score up. So he knows how to figure this out. If you stay under a certain percentage, it's good for your credit, you know, as long as you don't go over or whatever. So if he bought something for $100, I would pay that off the next month. You know, I pay that off. So that's how we use these now. If we use the card, we pay it off. So we have several of these. They're all paid off except for one. My furnace just, yeah. First it was the air conditioner, and then my furnace needed a computer regulator thing for the gas. We had to have it for heat. So we ended up having to buy the part, and there wasn't enough money to live on and buy that part. So we had to use the card, which we don't want to do. So now I have to pay that card off, but the part was faulty. So now we have to, it's a big mess. Anyway, so I'm still paying on it, but we're not using that card until that's taken care of. So that $200 and something is going to sit there. I mean, I'm making the minimum payment, but until they figure out we're going to get reimbursed or whatever they got to do, and then it'll get paid off. So we have those for emergencies only. And then DirecTV and medical every month. I take a pill every month. He takes a pill every month. You have to have it. You get older, the stuff creeps up on you. So I think our copay is like $10. So I have to pay 20-something every month for medical, you know, for pills. And then if we have to go to the doctor, I have to pay copay. It's $30 every time we go to the doctor. So anyway, the next thing that's on there, the banking institution takes $3 for because I do not want to go paperless. So that's my fault. I could go paperless and just forgo the $3, but on 2 of the accounts, I don't want to do that. I want to get my bill. I want to get my banking. So the 2 other business accounts, they have a maintenance, they call it a maintenance fee. So if you don't do so much or whatever, they charge you or whatever, it's $5. So those sometimes I'll get billed and other times I won't. So I haven't quite figured all that out, but that's a small amount, but small amounts add up. So those are the expenses. I mean, there's a lot. I haven't added it up yet. I'm going to. I haven't added it up yet. And then for now, I'm just like how to start out is write down your expenses, write down your sinking funds. Now, I wasn't quite sure what a sinking fund is. And is it Mom's Life? I think it was her that explained that those are things that have to get paid, but they only get paid at a certain time. So I call that the yearly stuff, the property taxes, your registrations for your vehicles, that kind of stuff, your car maintenance, clothing for your kid, you know, medical, my co-pays, you know, home repair stuff. I mean, those can also go into savings, some of those. But the stuff that actually you have to pay every year is my property tax, car registrations, and my GoDaddy domain names, my checks, order checks, 'cause I'm still old school, I write checks, and our fishing licenses. You still have to do that every year. So I wrote that down here, but I also wrote in here, every year we go camping. There's a fee for that, you know? So that also could go into an envelope. This is, I guess, what they call the cash envelopes, whatever. It's what you're saving for. So we have camping. Last year it cost us $329 for 7 days, which isn't that bad because we have an RV and we just rent the space, you know, and hook up. It has water and electric and all that stuff. I wouldn't go camping otherwise. So that was $329. And it'll be the same next year. So I got to plan on that for next year. Now we went twice this year. So that was times 2. That was $600 and something. But this is the only escape my husband gets. So if that's what he needs, that's what he needs. That's what he's going to get. Okay. And then home repair this year was outlandish for us because of the air conditioner and the furnace. So I think we spent probably $3,000 for the furnace and stuff this year. The year before was the plumbing, but I didn't have to pay somebody. But the air conditioner guy, I had to pay, you know. So I'm trying to figure out, how do you figure out, whoever's watching this, how do you figure out what your home repair is going to be? Do you go off your other stuff that you had to do? I mean, how do you figure out what to plan for that? I have no idea. And then you got birthdays, Christmas. Christmas is coming up. Now I'm going to start this in January for next year because I have a limit for Ariel. We try to stay under $500 for her, and everything is so expensive. So that's really not a lot for one kid, you know. But total, we don't want to spend more than $1,000 for me, for him, and for her. So, you know, so Christmas I'd like to do I'm interested in these Christmas challenges. It's like, okay, I think I'm wanting to do that. And then my GoDaddy stuff, and then my checks and the licenses. So this is like the sinking funds. They call it sinking funds, whatever. I guess because if you don't pay it, you sink. I don't know. So, and then I had to figure out how much I had to pay for my registrations for the vehicles and stuff. And then you have your cash expenses, like what you spend. Like they've been going on, like I just kind of wrote down what they did. Your car, the gas for your car. We have several cars, but we only use certain ones. We use the other ones at different times, like his truck we use to go camping with, and sometimes he'll use it, whatever he's got to do out in his car area, and if he needs to pull the boat or whatever. And it's diesel, so it goes a long way. And then I have my little car that I use that I'm going to end up not using so much because I'll be using my Hummer because it's 4-wheel drive. And that's a lot more money. Groceries. Oh my heck, I already know this is where I've got to work on. It's crazy. There's 3 of us, for heck's sake. I'm spending $400 every time I go shopping. And I go twice a month. That's way, way, way too much money. So I got to do better with this one. And then our pets and other. Ariel, really, she's going to be 13. I really should be giving her something every, because he gets paid bi-weekly. So it would have to be twice a month. But if I figured it out weekly, you know, she doesn't go out and go anywhere. So $10 should be good for her at this stage, you know. I pay for her phone, you know, until she gets a job. And then she's going to pay for her phone. So I figured $40, you know, $10 a week. I figured that should be good, you know. So I really should be doing that for her. But I kind of, like, if she wants soda, I go to the store and I get her soda or whatever, you know. And I guess the purpose of this is to know where your money's going. So if you're used to having a card and checks, you can just go right your, go ahead, you know, whatever. And this way you use the cash. You're pulling this cash out. Once that cash is gone, you can't use it because you've already pulled all your money for these other things that you have to leave in the bank. So I get it, and I think it will help. But I'm in the beginning stages of this, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. And if you've got these funds, like what you're saving for every, like my car registrations, how do you set up accounts for that at your bank? I get charged to do that kind of stuff. I mean, if I want to deposit this amount of money and I want it to go to registrations, how do you do that? Can you have the bank make you a folder on your account, even though it's the same savings account or whatever? But this is what's going to, I guess I got to ask my bank how to do that. But I think it's the mom's life. She says that I guess from my understanding, is that what you do? You take all this money out and you're just depositing it into one account? I mean, I don't understand that part of it. So I guess I need to watch more videos. I don't understand that part. So enlighten me, please. I don't know that. But for now, this is how I've started. I wrote down, see, I'm not even taking account for any of these things right here at all, monthly. Not doing it. Like each one of these registrations for the cars come up in different months. So I know by the end of January, I gotta have this money in there so I can register my little car. And then in May, I gotta make sure the truck is registered. You know what I mean? I don't plan, so when he gets paid, this is an additional charge every month, you know, that month, I have to come up with a total of $62 that I might not have, you know? So it makes sense to me to save for this, and you're doing it in smaller increments. So now that I've written everything out, I need to figure out how to break it up. So, and I guess that instance, I need to watch some more videos and see how everybody else does it. But I do have my bills written out here. Now, I usually put them in here. The paper versions that I get, I put inside here. Like I have my house payment, I'll put in here. My electric bill is in here. Next month, we get the bill for the property taxes, and that's got to go in November's. So I put that in here. And then the credit card that I told you about that is issues. I have the card right here. We don't use it. It is right here. Until that's settled, we don't use that. And this is his government one. Yeah, $137 he owes. So I keep all the bills inside here so that I know where they are, and it makes it bulky. So, okay, sorry about that. So, anyway, this is my budgeting for 101. How to get started is write everything down. How's that? So anyway, I hope this helps somebody. There's going to be more things involved because you still need to get your budget book and your cash envelopes, where you're going to keep your money and that kind of stuff. So I'm working out the details with that, but this is on my journey, my budgeting journey. That's what we're calling it, my budgeting journey. So hopefully it is a little intimidating. I'm not going to lie, but it's your money and you want to save as much of it as possible. So I'd like to be able to, there's things my husband wants. They're thousands of dollars. I mean, there's one part that he wants is like $3,000. So if I can figure out how to do this and save for it, he'll be able to get it, not just try to, okay, see if you can sell this car and go get your part, you know what I mean? So this is my budget journey. So hopefully you follow along with me to see how I'm doing. I mean, I don't think this is going to be like an everyday thing. This is going to be when I can figure it out, I post a video about it. So if you have any ideas for me to go to watch to see how the whole thing works, I mean, with budgeting, it's kind of hard to, because you can show numbers, but you can't show accounts. Like each bank's different. I don't know if my bank will set up different folders for me to put this money in. You know what I mean? And I like the idea of the cash envelopes. You get a hundred bills or whatever, then you get the play money and put $100 bill in there, and then you take that real money and put it in the bank. That's awesome. I'm definitely gonna invest in some of those. And what was the other thing? Oh, a good calculator. I don't have a good calculator. I need a good calculator. And yeah, so if you want to follow my journey, follow me, and hopefully I can help somebody else. If you can help me, awesome. And yeah, so here we go. And I will catch y'all again soon. Bye now.